Hello ITPC, this is Steve and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. I am smoking my Stanwell, what is this, 88? With the blend, sorry, Eccentric. Signature Series by George Jensen. So, this one is Red Virginia, Cadbury Orientals, and Latakia. Virginia and light burley too. This blend, oh, making a lot of smoke. I'm surprised how smooth it is. I think this came out like this last spring. So this one is not aged kind of like the other ones. It is way more full flavored than some of the others that I was trying. Pretty similar to the Balkan Cecchini. It almost has like a sweetness that tastes added, like a topping. Very subtle. But definitely a creamy mouthfeel, not harsh. I don't know that I could communicate the flavors that I'm tasting very well. Not so much tangy. There is tang there, but not so much. It's almost like a Latakia breadiness, but it's just smooth. It just tastes very smooth. I'm not exactly certain if it's a. It kind of reminds me of one of the Watch City cigar blends. Maybe like a Nor'easter or something. But those ones always bit me really bad. This one bites me slightly. So, it's tasty though. It's incensey. I think that's part of that thing that with some of those other blends that I miss. It tastes like a prepared dish with different spices, making something more cohesive. And in this instance, like nothing's like jumping out. It's just tasty. Anyway. I like it. It's good. I don't think I can have a long smoke session with it though, because on my personal palate, eventually it kind of gets irritated with the smoke. But like, it's nothing that I'm noticing right away. It's kind of usually after a little while. Tasty. So that's Eccentric. Sorry, it was not too great. With a lot of all these, the nicotine levels are not high. I mean, I'll note it if it is high on one of these, but all of them, they're not high. And this one is a solid medium flavor-wise. Maybe a touch over medium. But it tastes good. Tastes good on the tongue. Tastes good through retrohale. Next week, I'm going to try blend that. I'm going to butcher this name because it's not an English word. Greg or Mado Hobbyist. He tried this Dan Tobacco's Old Ironsides. And this, I believe, is Oriental Virginia blend. That's flakes. I think that it was supposed to age well. And one of the blends that I really like that's a Latakia is 1820 Flake by Germain's, and I think this one's supposed to, maybe with a lot of age, kind of be similar. This has 2 years, so we'll give it a go. I'm been left behind by my family. They went to the in-laws to enjoy the rest, a little bit of summer. And yesterday I have board games, and then tomorrow I have worship team practice, and Thursday I have ultimate. So I'm kind of busy anyway, so. But whenever, man, at this stage in my life, you have like a whole evening to do whatever you want. You think up a million different ways to spend that time, and realize you can only do like one of them. Oh yeah, I was gonna do Dwight's the pipe smoking knife maker giveaway. So he great channel. Should definitely check his out. Because I'm interacting and learning Russian, trying to help the Ukraine family, I can't help but point to his channel mentally and go, yeah, there's a lot of phrases that would not translate very well that he says on his channel. A lot of sayings that just don't make any sense, but we all know what you mean. It's funny. And the accent thing. This is a tangent. It's fine. You're all along for the ride. It was funny. We were spending this weekend camping with a family from Ukraine, and you know, sometimes they're trying to figure out stuff that's confusing about the English language, you know, and they're asking you question. I think one was like, how do you say water? And then they're like, the T is a D, or is, you know, or do you say it as a T? And you're just kind of like, oh, I don't say it as a D. And then you start saying it and you're like, water, water. I guess maybe I do say it with a D. Is it with a T? I don't know. Water. I don't know. Both same thing, you know. So that's really confusing for them. And then I have to remind them, you know, like, I have an accent. Different parts of the United States, they have different ways of saying words. They're like, we want to learn your accent. We want to sound like you. It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I don't even know how I talk, but not regular. Anyway, I say that because he's got a real southern accent. And I got that accent. Yeah, Wisconsin. Me. Second seeker, please. Alright, so he was asking, what was the first pipe tobacco that you smoked all the way from top of the bowl down to the bottom that you enjoyed? This is kind of hard to answer because pre-filters, I smoke 9mm filters now, pre-smoking them. So basically the first 9 months that I was into pipe smoking, I didn't smoke any filters, to me it was like filters was like wearing a diaper or something. Like, what's the point? So I didn't start using filters until I realized that they might be very beneficial for me. So I don't know, I have in my head a time. This is hard, and I could have gone back and watched like a bazillion of my videos and probably found the real answer to this question. Maybe not. I want to think it's after filters is the first time, because I'd always end up with dottle, and once you get to the bottom it was always acrid. I don't know. However I smoked, whatever. So I think it was after I got filters. Then it was a lot easier to smoke all the way down to the bottom of the bowl, but regardless, what I have for a memory is the first time I smoked all the way down to the bottom and enjoyed a blend. I'm not certain what blend I was smoking. I think it was my GLP's Montgomery, which I still really like to this day. Virginia with a little bit of Kentucky. And it's a ribbon cut. And I remember the key that kind of unlocked packing my pipe closer to correctly was learning the Frank method. And so I used the Frank method. The Frank method is kind of just like filling up your pipe and then kind of like stuffing all your very top of your pipe very tightly, so you have like way too much tobacco and you're just kind of like stuffing it in there. So the top is really packed firmly, but there's like hardly anything packed down below. Maybe that was a bad explanation, but anyway, the first time I did that was like I was able to smoke all the way down without any issues. Great smoke. I think I only had like 2 relights too, maybe 1, like hardly any relights. Just great experience. So that's what I'm going to point to. I don't know if that was it. I think that now I rarely smoke to the bottom of the bowl. Very rarely. I smoke a lot of flakes and I'll rub them out, but not like crazy. And then I'll pack a bowl, and after about an hour and a half I give up, and there's usually a quarter bowl in there, if not more. So I'm usually wasting tobacco, but I don't know. I don't feel bad about it. The idea of doing a 20-minute smoke just, I don't know, confuses me. I guess maybe if it was real windy. Sometimes I smoke tobacco real tight, fast if it's a ribbon cut, and I packed it pretty loose, and I'm doing something stressful, and all of a sudden I'm just puffing away. Of late, that's been sometimes that happens when I'm doing these. I have a language learning app, Duolingo, that I'm using, and some of these things are like timed, where you're trying to translate or whatever. And because it's timed, I end up just being with my pipe, just puffing, puffing, puffing. And it uses both my hands a lot of times. So I'm not taking the pipe out of my mouth, so I'm just puff, 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 puff. But anyway, I was thinking today about a lot of different things. Thinking about Chad's video about all the advertising and following policies. I guess I've never worried too much. I figure YouTube will tell me when I'm doing something wrong. And if all of a sudden everything fell down like a stack of cards, I would just be done with it and move on. I don't know. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I don't know. Interesting thoughts. My channel's never been too popular, so that probably helps the fact that YouTube doesn't watch. But I still would assume a lot of channels that get in trouble are because people are reporting them. And so the more controversial you are, I'm sure the more people will report you, or the more people you have watching, the more chance that someone reports you for something. So, I don't know. Interesting thought. Never been big on the whole ads. I just hate ads. Just do not like them. I just feel like just constant barrage of trying to be manipulated. But I don't really care if someone else puts ads on their videos. If I see ads popping up in the middle of the video, then I'm pretty certain you're adding them, and I probably will just avoid your videos. But I don't really care if you do that. That's you. You don't need me as a viewer. The other thing I was thinking about was, so today was hot day for Wisconsin. I think it was supposed to be hotter. It's supposed to get up to 94, 2, something. It's 88 when I drove home. But just to have so much appreciation for the warmth and sweating and just get and enjoy this warm weather, because there's so many times I'm getting off work in the winter and it is so cold and the car is so cold. It's just groaning, trying to run. None of the engine wants to run. It's way too cold. Going home. Does the car warm up by the time you get home? No, it doesn't. Then you get inside, and because heating's expensive, our house is kind of not hot. It's certainly way better than outside. But just having it be freezing outside, you're just kind of cold. And so I just enjoy the summer where I'm warm. The only time I don't is when I'm sleeping. I do not like being hot when I'm sleeping. all that to say, I feel like I have perspective that allows me to enjoy it. Being hot sometimes is uncomfortable, but I can enjoy it because, like, I know it's not always going to be this way. And there's a lot of freedoms of being able to be outside and do different things that with this heat that I can't otherwise enjoy. I don't know. Just get annoyed when everybody complains about temperature, no matter what temperature it is. I was laughing because the school had like a picnic to start off the year. I don't know. Meet coaches or teachers. I don't know. And they had to cancel it tomorrow because it was going to be too hot. I think it was supposed to get up to 98 or something. This whole heat index thing. Well, it's going to feel like 115 with all the humidity and different stuff. I don't know. I just kind of laugh how different parts of the country respond to temperature and what's serious. Is that serious? And Texas have 98 degree temperature, you cancel stuff? No. Wisconsin, it's serious. But heck, if it snows at all in Texas, things are going, that's serious. So, try to think about other areas of my life where perspective can help me enjoy life better. Usually that's associated with people annoying me. Whether it be my kids at the time, family, co-workers, people I play sports with, or whatever, or activities I have to partake in. Anyway, way too long of a video. We'll see you next week with the old Ironside. Talk to you later.